Steve Bannon was removed from his permanent seat in the National Security Council. OSU hosts Culture Night, and a Broken Arrow woman is sentenced to life in prison. This is Bullet Broadcast. Hello and welcome to Bullet Broadcast. First up, Steve Bannon, President Donald Trump's chief strategist, was removed from his seat in the National Security Council. Reports say the council is moving to, quote, a more traditional structure, unquote. And in news abroad, on Monday, April 3rd, St. Petersburg metro station in Russia was attacked. The bomb blast left 14 dead and more than 50 injured. The Russian investigative committee said the bomber was Akbar John Zhililov, 22, who died in the explosion as well. The Russian prime minister described the blast as a, quote, terrorist attack, unquote. Yet no specific organization has come forward to claim it. And over in Syria, a chemical attack left at least 70 dead, 10 of which were children. The attack appears to be on a rebel-held town in Idlib province. Many of the victims in critical condition were taken to Turkey for treatment. The chemical used in the attack is said to likely be a nerve agent such as sarin gas. This has been one of the deadliest attacks since the Syrian war began 6 years ago. An emergency UN session was held Wednesday to talk about how many of the countries involved in Syria war should react. And back in the U.S., Fox News' Bill O'Reilly is under fire for 5 separate accusations of sexual harassment and verbal abuse. The parent company to Fox, 21st Century Fox, have paid out a total of $13 million to appease the 5 accusations. Although Fox stood by its prodigal son, as many as 22 sponsors have pulled their commercials from his show, The O'Reilly Factor. Companies such as BMW, Mercedes, Allstate, and Constant Contacts are among those dropping support. Many are calling for an investigation into Fox News and for O'Reilly's resignation. Both Fox News and O'Reilly have yet to comment about the situation since last Saturday when the news first broke. 75 undocumented immigrants, including 7 in Tulsa, were arrested in a 3-day operation across North Texas and Oklahoma. All immigrants had prior arrest, and ICE spokesman Carl Rusnak said the operation was not part of an increased effort because of the Trump administration. He went on to say that operations like this have been happening for more than 10 years now. In more local news, 70-year-old Judith Nix was found guilty of murdering her husband during an argument in their home in March of 2016. Officials say she then staged the crime scene to look like a suicide before admitting she shot him. Nix was sentenced Wednesday morning to life in prison. Police are investigating the death of a Guthrie man who was shot 36 times in the face and torso around midnight Wednesday. KFOR reports 3 people were seen running from the scene, but these suspects have not been located yet. Last week, OSU hosted its semi-annual blood drive, and reporter Robin Hearn has the story.
For the last 7 years, OSU and OU have partnered with the Oklahoma Blood Institution to compete against each other in the Bedlam Blood Drive. Since 2004, 50,000 lives have been saved through the Bedlam Blood Drive alone, and the cost for the person donating is small.
All it takes is your time. You get to save 3 lives, and on time, it only takes an hour. And you don't know when that recipient's going to be you, your mom, your dad.
Every year, the Bedlam Blood Drive numbers increase of the amount of students that want to become blood donors because they know that the blood is not only just helping the patients that need it, but it's helping the students as well. The blood drive happens twice a year at the same time on both campuses. About 400 OSU students give blood for numerous reasons. Supervisor Tina Wendell gives blood for a special reason.
My mother went through cancer. She used a lot of blood. So when I saw the ad in the paper for the Oklahoma Blood Institute, I took it.
Regardless of the reason, blood drive program consultant Tina Baker says donations are in high demand.
We have to have about 1,000 donations a day in the state of Oklahoma just to meet our patients' needs.
For Bullet Broadcast, I'm Robin Hearn.
Be on the lookout for the next Bedlam Blood Drive this fall semester, and the winning school will receive a trophy during halftime at the football game. Over the week, the International Student Organization hosted Cultural Night. Reporter Delaney Kelly attended the event and has more.
Last Friday and Saturday, I visited the Sarandine Center to witness what was my first time at Oklahoma State's Cultural Night. Obviously, a cultural night is one of our biggest events. We host, ISO hosts within the years. Basically, it's just cultural night is all about like we have different aerial clubs, which is they are from different country, and then they will perform on the stage and tell us about their culture. And this year, our theme is festival around the world. So basically, different country will tell you about what would they do during the festival, how do they celebrate their festival in their own country. And it's really important for us, our international students, like we come here to America to tell us about our culture, our festival and stuff. So we want to let more people know about our cultures, and then I know it's really important to OSU too, because OSU always aim for being more diverse community and university within the United States. And then I think the cultural night and then the event ISO hosts within the year is really good opportunity to American people and international students to share about their own culture.
Cultural Night is held every year here at Oklahoma State and put on by the international students. This year the theme was festivals around the world. Cultural Night is a time for international students to share their culture with the American students here at Oklahoma State.
8 area clubs from OSU participating this year, and the theme is festivals around the world. So you basically get to see what kind of costumes the different countries people wear, what kind of dances they have, and what is the logic behind those festivals. In addition to that, we have big groups, small groups. We've had awards for the big groups and small groups. So our main target is to let the people in OSU and Stillwater know about the culture in Oklahoma State University, the diversity in Oklahoma State University, and that is our main goal.
For Bullet Broadcast, I'm Delaney Kelly.
Area clubs compete in the two-night event for a grand prize trophy while showcasing their culture. For more information on future ISO events, visit orgs.okstate.edu. Spring is in full bloom, and what better way to enjoy the nice weather than walking through a field of tulips? Or maybe the local grocery store flowers just aren't cutting it. Allie Bond tells us why these tulips are worth a trip to Texas.
Spring is in the air and flowers are blooming, especially in Pilot Point, Texas. Texas Tulips is a farm attracting many from all over to come pick their vibrant and colorful tulips. Texas Tulips is the very first tulip farm in Texas and is a seasonal trend. Piet and Afra Komen started this company almost 40 years ago in the Netherlands. In 1989, their son, Peter Komen, joined them and eventually took over the company when his father passed away. Peter, his wife Petra, their 2 kids, and Peter's 74-year-old mother picked up their company and moved to Pilot Point. Not only is it big in Texas, but its popularity has spread to other places as well. Sophomore Ashley Crowder describes why she chose Texas Tulips.
It was so fun. Such a good experience. Just like something different to do, you know, rather than like go to a movie or like go to a restaurant, go pick tulips.
Ashley also mentioned, while it is a small family-owned business, it is still popular enough for people to drive from Oklahoma just for the tulips. Sophomores Joy Pierce and Jared Rickman describe why Texas Tulips was worth it for them. Joy describes her choice was more about the quality of flowers.
You're also like getting like the experience to pick your own and like individually pick which one you want, not just like going to the store and like having to be like, well, this one looks like the best, but I don't really like those two. Like you could like pick whichever one you wanted.
She adds that it is like making yourself the perfect bouquet, which to her is worth it. While Jared describes his different reasons for going.
The experience is what makes it, not so much the flowers, or at least for me, because as a guy, I mean, flowers don't do much for me, but the experience was cool, and getting to go with my girlfriend was pretty amazing, so.
He went on to add that their Instagram-worthy pictures were a definite bonus. These tulips are available all week from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. until mid-April. With Bullet Broadcast, I'm Allie Bond.
Texas tulips have over 90 types of tulips. For more information, check out texastulips.com. OSU hosted the 2017 Jazz Festival this Monday. Our reporter Josh Wagner found out how festivals like this may help keep funding for arts and music programs in schools.
On Monday, high school students from around the state and even some outside of Oklahoma showed up bright and early here at Oklahoma State University to compete in the 2017 OSU Jazz Festival. Having started many years ago, the OSU Jazz Festival has proven to be one of the more prestigious festivals in the state.
Well, it's cool to get them on a college campus. Our high school students don't get a chance to go to jazz festivals on college campuses very often. And so when we do, we try and make sure they're the highest quality jazz festival that's out there.
High school bands practice for weeks and even some months in advance for a chance to take home one of the top 3 awards in their category. Each band was given time to perform and were judged by jazz professors from universities around the state. And after each performance, the bands were given instruction from the judges on what they could improve.
A festival like this gives them an opportunity to perform in front of the public, which is always great. And so it's a different mindset when you're rehearsing than it is when you're performing in front of people. And then also this gives them a valuable opportunity for feedback from folks that really know what they're talking about regarding jazz performance.
But in a state where funding for education is constantly cut, it seems that art and music programs are usually the first to go. Poole says coming to these competitions and winning an award not only gives the schools a trophy to take home, but also provides hard evidence of what hard work can achieve. Sometimes this hard work is enough to keep their music programs around.
So they can take that back to their school administration and saying, you know, that money, when you bought us a new tenor saxophone last year, when you allocated that money for that, when you kept my assistant band director position at, you know, whatever high school, that this is the tangible results of that. And so it just puts it lets the administration know that their dollars are being well spent.
But some think that festivals like the OSU Jazz Festival aren't really about the awards at all. Instead, coming to these festivals is a great way to get inspired. Michael Deese, this year's guest artist, has been fortunate enough to make a living from playing music around the world and says that he too was once where these high school students are now. He says that even though music programs are getting smaller, that doesn't mean you can't reach your goals, no matter how high they might be.
Dream, don't be afraid to dream. Something I've noticed is that people are forgetting how to dream, how important it is to have, big thoughts, to just speak simply. So if you want to be something outstanding and unique, keep that thought and let it push you towards greater heights.
With Bullet Broadcast, I'm Josh Wagner.
Thanks, Josh. Bixby High School from Bixby, Oklahoma, took home the Sweepstakes Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards a school can get. And now we have Brian filling in for sports today. Good to see you, Brian. That's a nice green jacket.
Hey, thank you. It's the Masters, and I just felt in the mood for a green jacket today. Well, March Madness is over. College basketball has finally come to an end, and one team reigns supreme. Monday night, the Gonzaga Bulldogs and North Carolina Tar Heels duked it out to capture NCAA basketball's most prestigious trophy. It was a fight till the end, but only one team could come out on top. Picking up late in the first half, it was a low-scoring affair. However, Jonathan Williams was looking to change that when he drove the baseline and hit the floater to put Gonzaga up 7. Next, it was the Heels' turn. Nate Britt was able to draw 2 on him and find Tony Bradley, who found Isaiah Hicks, who finished with a strong move to cut the deficit to 5. The Zags would take a 3-point lead into half, though. Coming out in the second half, Joe Barry was able to work the pick and roll beautifully to find Kennedy Meeks with the finish. The script was now flipped. It was Gonzaga's turn to claw its way back, and a nice move here by Zach Collins would help. He would get the and one opportunity. Look as he turns to the bench and fans to get them hype. And it would work as the Bulldogs would regain the lead, and here after a loose ball, they were able to regain possession and find the big man, Shamik Karnowski. The big bearded fella had his own opportunity for an old-fashioned 3-point play, and the crowd was lit. The battle was back and forth among both teams. However, the referees played a big role in the second half. Foul trouble loomed over both sides, causing a slowed-down game. But with 30 seconds left, Hicks took matters into his own hands with a grown man move to put his team up 3. Gonzaga needed a timeout, and hey, Hicks was cool with it. Now looking for that late game response, Nigel Williams-Goss hit a spin move and pulled up in the lane only to get blocked by Meeks. Ball fell to Barry, who then found Justin Jackson to seal the deal with the go-ahead dunk. Here's one more look at the block by Meeks, and look at that extension by the big fella. One more last-ditch effort for the Bulldogs, but it didn't matter. The Tar Heels were champs for the 5th time and 3rd under Roy Williams. Barry finished the game as the MVP. He dropped 22 while tacking on 6 assists. Whew, what a game. While it didn't top last year's legendary finish, the redemption tour for Carolina was complete. I have a prediction for next year's championship game. It includes a team that wears orange, black, white. You'll never guess what team it is, and you'll never guess which team is lighting it up on the diamond. Well, you might. The softball team has been on fire so far this season. The Cowboys finished a 3-game series with Kansas this week, improving their conference record to 6-0. The next Big 12 opponent to come around will be Iowa State, where OSU will look to improve to 8-0 in conference play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have today. Sam?
Thanks for joining us again, Brian. That's it for this week. I'm Sam Stockard.
And I'm Brian Troll.
As always, we'll see you next Thursday.